are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1999 movie, Inspector Gadget. So in this movie, John Brown is a bumbling but well-intentioned security guard who is badly injured in an explosion planned by an evil mastermind known as Dr. Claw. And he is taken to a laboratory where Brenda, a leading robotics surgeon, replaces his limbs with state-of-the-art gadgets and tools, and they name him Inspector Gadget. By the press, John, along with his niece Penny, uses his new powers to discover what was behind the explosion. So this is a really fun movie. I really enjoy it quite a bit. The story is pretty good here, and it's got some really fun moments and everything. My favorite moment in the movie, though, is that I think is just absolutely hilarious, is the part where he's practicing using his gadgets, and there's a part where he's trying to grab these plastic bowls with his long arms and stuff, and he accidentally grabs the dude's bowls and everything. It's just absolutely a hilarious scene. And there's a few other really funny moments too, when the robotic version of Inspector Gadget is terrorizing the city and stuff. Is kind of fun and everything. And he's a lot of fun, over-the-top version of Inspector Gadget, this fun robotic version and everything. And it's pretty funny and stuff, has some funny moments. And there's some other really good moments throughout this movie and everything, and it has a lot of heart to it too, which is pretty good and everything. The gadgets he uses are awesome too. I really love the helicopter hat, especially. That's my favorite one, but he's got some pretty cool ones. I love the ones where he's like got springs on his feet and he's bouncing around and everything, or all the different kind of fun little gadgets that he gets throughout the movie. It's just a lot of fun watching him with all of them. I can't remember everything as far as the gadgets go, but there's a lot of really good ones. With the hat is my favorite one. I always wanted to have one of those helicopter hats. The soundtrack is a lot of good too. There's a lot of good music in here that gives it a 90s charm to it. I really like the song by Youngstown that plays during the end credits, I Want to Be Your Everything or something like that. That song is pretty catchy and everything. I used to listen to it a lot when I was a kid. And of course it has All Star by Smash Mouth. This was the first movie that I remember singing the song in outside of Shrek and everything, and I love it and everything, because I didn't see Mystery Men until quite a ways later and everything, and that's the movie that the song was actually made for. But I did love that they used it in this, and I'll say that I enjoy most of the cast in this movie. Brenda, played by Jolie Fisher, is really good. She fits the character pretty good, and she works pretty good with Matthew Broderick and has good chemistry to be his love interest and stuff. Dr. Claw is played by Rupert Everett, and he is so fun and over the top. Like, he is like really over the top funny as Dr. Claw and everything. I don't think he was really meant to play the character. The character is nothing like he is in the cartoon or anything, but he does such a good job playing him. I kind of give him a pass and everything, because he's just so fun and over the top, and this is like a totally different version of the character, but he does a good job playing that maniacal, insane character and everything. And then Michelle Trachtenberg as Penny is really good too. I really like her. And Gadget Mobile is good too. I don't know who does his voice, but he's pretty good too. And I like the Gadget Mobile as a character and everything. So all the cast is pretty good. The visuals hold up pretty well too. There's some decent practical effects. There's some CGI that doesn't hold up very well, but It was made in the late 90s, so I kind of give it a pass, but a lot of its bad CGI also kind of gives it a charm too, and everything, and it's not bad enough to ruin the movie, so I'll say the CGI is kind of good though. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. It's just decent enough and everything. My only negative with this movie, and he's also kind of a positive, because I do like him. I love Matthew Broderick. I think he's a very charming and likable dude and a very good actor and everything. And while I don't think he was completely horrible as John Brown in Inspector Gadget, I do think he was completely miscast, because he is nothing at all like what Inspector Gadget is supposed to be. He doesn't have that comedic style to him that the character needed. And I was doing some behind the scenes research on this movie, and there was a ton of comedic actors that were up for the role, and my big three were up for it: Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, and Robin Williams. The big three from the 90s for me. All three of them were up for the role of Inspector Gadget at one point or another. Even Steve Martin was at one point, and he's another one of my favorites. So everybody that I think could have been better as Inspector Gadget were considered for the role and everything. So I don't really think that Matthew Broderick was the one that deserved the role and everything. I highly really think this should have gone to Jim Carrey, because he is just really great. But also, I really love the guy who replaces him in the sequel, and I'll talk about that movie here pretty soon too. But I'm not going to say too much about it, but I prefer French Stewart as the character. I'll just say that much and everything. But Matthew Broderick does a decent enough job. He carries the movie enough that well enough, but I do think that I can't help but think of what could have been and how much better this movie could have been and everything. But all in all, I think this is a really underrated gem. It's got a good story, a really decent cast, and all the characters are likable. Even John Brown is really likable, even if he isn't portrayed the best by the best person and stuff. He's still a likable enough character. Matthew Broderick hasn't enough likable screen presence to make it work good enough and everything. I just think it could have been so much better with a better actor playing the lead part. And I usually don't say that about Matthew Broderick, because I love him, but I do feel like he was miscast in this movie and everything. Same with Godzilla. I feel like this and Godzilla kind of ruined his career, and he had a good career going there, because he was in quite a few underrated little gems and stuff, aside from being in Lion King and Ferris Bueller and stuff. So he's an actor I've always enjoyed and admired and stuff, and I think he's fine as a character, but I just feel like there are so many people that would have been so much better and everything. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I give Inspector Gadget a 7 out of 10, because it is a movie that I have a lot of fun with, and I do enjoy every time I watch it. A lot of it is also nostalgia too, but I do feel like it is a legit fun movie and everything. It's a fun little family movie. Nothing super special, but it's a decent enough time. So I would definitely say I'd give it a 7 out of 10. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Inspector Gadget, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.
Hee hee hee!